Hello, I'm Harrison Keeley. Here's a quick look at today's top stories. First of all, a man beaten by two Chattanooga police officers is getting $125,000. Adam Tatum suffered two broken legs in the beating. He originally sued the city for $50 million, but has agreed to drop the lawsuit in exchange for a $125,000 settlement. But the ordeal isn't yet over for the city. First two lawsuits from the officers fired over the beating are still pending. Emmer and Adam Cooley are suing the city for $500,000, saying the city imposed an unjust stigma on them. Secondly, the city is appealing a judge's order to rehire the officers, but City Council Chairman Yusuf Hakeem says the entire case may be resolved by the end of the year. Chattanooga may boast the nation's fastest internet service, but a new study finds we're lagging far behind when it comes to technology. Chattanooga has been rated among the bottom 10% of cities for jobs and tech industry growth over the past 5 years. That's according to a report from the Milken Institute, which shows Chattanooga trailing every other major city in Tennessee and Georgia. Still, local entrepreneurs insist that we're about to see a tech takeoff in the gig city. Next year, Chattanooga will become the first southern U.S. city to become a sandbox hub for tech startups. We're also getting Tennessee's first angel fund created exclusively to fund female-owned businesses. One official says that within the next 10 years, Chattanooga is shaping up to be a completely different city than it is today. A minor earthquake shook East Tennessee last night. The quake registered at 3.1 magnitude and happened about 11 miles southeast of Cleveland. But it was enough for most people in Bradley and Murray counties to take notice. We heard from many of you on Facebook. Melvin Johnson in Chatsworth says he heard a loud boom and felt his house shake. And in downtown Cleveland, Christy Bryant says she thought a truck crashed into the building where she was. The U.S. Geological Survey says the quake happened around 7 p.m., and the epicenter was located 2 miles underground. More and more cities are trying to fight meth by requiring prescriptions for the medicines used to make it. But those small-town ordinances may be running into some big trouble. Tennessee Attorney General Robert Cooper says those cities are violating state law. He says medicines used to make meth are to be regulated only by the General Assembly, not local laws. Nevertheless, more than a dozen Tennessee cities have passed ordinances requiring a doctor's signature, including Winchester, Monteagle, Colmont, and Spring City. Frustrated officials say the anti-meth moves are necessary because of inadequate efforts by the state legislature. And Winchester's police chief says he plans to keep enforcing the city's ordinance, no matter what the Attorney General says. Chief Dennis Young says his force has seen a 70% drop in meth labs since the local ordinance began, and he believes the ordinance is on solid ground. Finally, celebrity couple Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis visited Chattanooga on Monday. The couple visited Rock City and Ruby Falls while they were here. They were reportedly traveling to Nashville from Florida, where they attended a wedding. While at Rock City, they met gnome doctor Matt Dudden. Kutcher posted a photo on his Twitter account and gave a shout-out to Dudden. The couple spent more than an hour at Rock City and took selfies at Lover's Leap before heading over to Ruby Falls. Tour guide Micah Jones said the pair had plenty of questions about the cave. Once they reached the waterfall room, the music started, and he says they did a little ballroom dance in front of Ruby Falls. Turning to weather, today will be sunny with a high near 50 degrees. The low tonight will be around 24. That's today's newscast. Thanks for being with us. You can find more on these stories and breaking news all day long at timesfreepress.com.